My name is Falana. I'm the Student Union President at the University of Wolverhampton, and I'm here today with the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Geoff. I'm here today to give you a message on what we've been doing at the university during this pandemic. I know this is a very difficult period for everyone. I know some of us would have lost loved ones during this period. And I just want to say to you that we're always going to support you, and we're always going to put you at the forefront of every decision we make at the university. And I'll tell you a few things we've done, and I'll tell you a few things that we're going to be doing in the future. I know some of you have been disadvantaged in a way with your fees. Some of you, especially the international students, their families cannot send their fees to them, or some of them that work 20 hours in a week just to pay their rent. They've been disadvantaged in a way during this pandemic. From the student union, we liaise with the university and meeting such students on a personal basis, and their IT account is not locked, or they are disadvantaged in a way because they are unable to pay their tuition fees. I know some of you have had a problem with accommodation. I liaised with my fellow officers of the university. For students that left the accommodation after March the 23rd, there's a refund of the accommodation fees for them. And for those that are still living in the accommodation during the pandemic period, there's a 25% discount on their rent. And I quite understand that some of you live off campus, which is not within the powers of the university to do anything. I wrote a joint letter with the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Student Experience to the Council and to private landlords to waive rent fee for our students who live off campus. At the Student Union, we also have a student support fund to support most of our students who are disadvantaged during this period, for them to be able to get their basic needs. And you can always get that at www.wolvesunion.org/SSF. I know some of you are highly affected in your learning and teaching because quite a lot of you don't have IT facilities. The university was also helpful in this by giving loans out to students that don't have IT facilities such as laptops and dongles. And they've been helpful in that regards because I believe none of you should be disadvantaged in your learning and teaching during this period. And for future, we're making plans for the university to give every student at the University of Wolverhampton laptops and internet access at the start of every academic year. I also brought the DVC group, the Vice-Chancellor, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, to have a question and answer session with most of our students during this pandemic. And the university will also continue to fund our scholarship, which is very good, and I really appreciate it. And finally, I know a lot of you has been concerned about your graduation. I want to let you know today that you won't miss those happy hour moment with your family, and your graduation will not be cancelled, but graduation will only be postponed to the summer of 2021. And if you're not going to take anything away from me today, I want you to know that you will always be at the forefront of every decision we make at the university, and without you, there is no us. And I'm hoping to see you back on campus. And thank you very much. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you, Ayo. Thank you very much indeed. I'm Geoff. I'm the Vice-Chancellor here at the university, and I'd just like to say a few words and thank our students for their perseverance and their hard work during what is a really, really difficult time for everybody. None of us have experienced a pandemic in this way, and one of the things that's really important is that the university is able to support its students. And we do that in a number of ways, and Io's talked about some of those. What is really, really important, though, is that all our students continuously to look at their university email address. That's our way of being in touch with you and keeping you up to speed with developments. And it's important you use that email address because it means that messages get to you. So, for example, we have extended our hardship programme. so that if people are in particular forms of hardship financially, we're able to support them. We have changed our assessment regulations in order to take account of the pandemic and ways in which students might be struggling in particular forms of learning. So it's really important that you keep looking at your email address and the web page and social media, because it's easy way of communicating with you. Now, of course, as we move forward, we do have to take and make decisions that have some consequences for us all. We are working and living at a time of social distancing, where people have to spend 2 meters apart at all times, and they cannot go out of their normal family group. One of the projects that we had and were about to start to roll out across the university was the reformatting and refurbishment of the Harrison Library. To do that whilst we're also socially distancing is actually physically impossible. On building sites and construction companies, workers, builders have to stay 2 meters apart, and it would be impossible to do that. But also, we want to make sure that learning spaces are available to our students when they need them. So what we've decided to do is to postpone, and notice the word postpone, the refurbishment of the Harrison Library. And that'll take place now in a year's time, assuming all the pandemic issues of social distancing are behind us. So you will be getting that library. It'll just be a delayed start to it, but it will be completed in the same timescale. So please don't worry about that. It is coming. It's very much what students wanted, and it's very much what we will be delivering. I has already mentioned the graduation ceremonies. Graduation is a fantastic period of time where we really want to celebrate your achievements, and your families want to celebrate with you. It would be impossible to do that this September with social distancing. So it will be delayed until the summer of 21 when hopefully the pandemic is all behind us. I'd just like to finish by sort of thanking the Students' Union for all the work it does on behalf of students around the university, thanking all our support services for working with you and helping you and supporting you, and most of all, thank you to all our students for all their patience, all their tolerance, and their commitment to making sure that they will succeed. Thank you very much indeed, and stay safe.